I'm ugly. You're ugly. Our parts are ugly.
Our parts
We're gonna
are ugly. Let's just go bump them together.
Those nasty, disgusting. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Is that a good enough open?
Is that actually our intro? Okay, sure. Why not? Episode 2 of the Tim and Dylon podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
I didn't open my notes.
So glad to have you here. We are today. It is April 1st-ish, if we can get this out on time. And happy April Fool's Day to everybody.
Yeah, this whole thing's a joke. Just look at us.
Happy late birthday to Dylon.
Hey, I said I worked on my birthday. Said nothing. It fills me with like some kind of special like I'm a VIP, but nobody else knows it feeling. It's very good.
I know exactly what you mean. That's rough stuff having to work on your birthday, but at least it's like you've got a secret all day long.
Exactly. I hate secrets because I hate lies, but I love secrets that don't hurt anyone.
Right.
They feel
secrets
good.
that you just kind of get away with. And,
yeah. Exactly.
Well, maybe we should be careful about how we word that kind of stuff in this day and age. Anyway,
oh God.
So we're going to talk today about some of the stuff that we did in March and kind of catch up a little bit since the last time we did this, 2 weeks ago. But I think from here on out, I think once a month is when we plan on doing this, right?
That makes the most sense, I think, especially if we include some kind of recap of the channel. What am I going to say? We did Paper Mario again.
So, yes, this will be the first of our monthly premiere podcast. And if you're watching the video version, then you're here on youtube.com on our members only program. And if you're not watching the video version,
look at these waves.
Please consider going over to our channel and hitting that join button so that you can watch the video version and be along for all of the fun times. Because Dylon and I are looking at our beautiful faces right now.
I can see you right through the ring light that you made me get. I like the idea of because on the premiere pilot episode we had you were doing a visual where you were pointing at your hand and I was like, that's the wrist, everyone. I like that I had to translate it for the audio listeners, but I like this. That when I said, look at these waves, that I have to translate for the video listeners, watchers. It's because we have the waveforms on the video audio version.
Different mediums have different kinds of jokes.
Crazy.
Is what we're discovering.
I love it.
So speaking of things we discovered recently, Dylon, what have you been playing this month?
Oh my goodness. I've got started a video. I've actually been playing a surprising amount of different things. I don't think I picked up Fallout New Vegas since the last podcast episode, like that night.
Wow.
But I've been playing.
That's surprising because that was like your super addiction.
Yeah, like it was my binge game for so long. And then we did a Loop Hero episode and a second one that needs to be rendered out, but is done, I promise. And that game was my binge game until I beat it. I don't know if I told you that. Great game.
Nice.
I know there's like side stories because I looked up one thing about how a terrain card worked, and it said, list IGN's top secret bosses in Loop Hero. And I'm like, okay, if it doesn't tell me how to do it in the game, I'm probably not going to do it.
In other words, you went down the rabbit hole and ended up finding out more than you wanted to.
By accident, yeah. It was a headline rabbit hole, a click hole, if you will.
I love when that happens.
once I beat that, I'll probably pick it up again at some point if there's new DLC or a new update or something. I don't think it's early access, but they'll probably get something. But
I've done that to a lot of those kind of games that end up being deeper dives than you think they're going to be. Like, I'm going to look up a weapon in Dead Cells, and then you end up in the Wikipedia for hours and hours and hours.
That was my favorite, like pastime as a kid when I couldn't sleep. Once I had the internet, of course, I would look up I think it was Dead Space at the time. I would just look up everything on Dead Space. I would scroll to the bottom of the wiki, and you know how it says related articles in that little box? And it's like, okay, enemies or weapons or something. I'd just be like, all right, I'm gonna click on one. I'm gonna go through all of them. Go to the bottom, click on one, go through all of them. I was such a nerd.
This enemy can be bisected here, here, and here. What about this enemy? Where can that be cut apart? You know, it had so many little tidbits that you can pick up just by doing a little bit of reading that becomes kind of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's doing in-universe research, basically. You know, you feel like the Pokemon professor when you're looking up the entire Pokedex and going, oh, trivia on the etymology of the name. That's crazy. Professor Oak don't got shit on me. I'm just saying. Sorry, my head towel is sagging here.
No, it's okay. I was actually commenting before we started about Dylon having his head wrapped in a long-haired person-styled towel turban, but then it turns out that no, that's not just any old towel turban. No. That is a specifically designed for that purpose towel turban.
It's for this. It's microfiber. It costs money. Surprisingly, I didn't get it for free.
I don't know whether to feel pride or shame or a mixture of both, or there's got to be a German word for that, right?
Oh yeah, like Schaugendosen or something. I'm gonna
Yeah, exactly.
dressed like
shame
I
and pride.
dress.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have no shame.
God.
I don't know if you've Oh,
There's a single star jumper, amazing socks.
I have no shame at all.
No.
While my cat
totally
looks at me like,
why is human climbing on things? Yeah, it's so weird.
he's in charge of us.
I'm just wearing a shirt with a bird on it.
Ooh, just kidding. That's a dope bird. What does it say at the bottom?
It is from the Belize Raptor Center, and this is an ornate hawk eagle.
Okay.
Its name is Athena, and this is one of their birds that they have at the Belize Raptor Center. Video for that coming out before too long.
Yay!
And if you want to actually see the shirt, you should get the video version right now. Go hit that join button. Do it.
Yeah, don't describe it too well. Don't describe it too well.
How many times can we push that in the next 10 minutes?
Well, all I have in my notes is push the join button.
Exactly.
And I can't push it.
No, you have to push it.
I'm a part of it. You have to push it. Audience, I'm shaky. As always.
You need more iron in your diet.
Probably. I stopped eating metal when I stopped eating meat.
Speaking of something that I watched earlier today, I like to watch a lot of YouTube, and there's this one channel that I love a lot. Smarter Every Day. Have you heard of this channel before?
You've probably shown me clips. I feel like we go down watch holes, which sounds like another clicky website.
There's this gentleman out of Alabama, I believe. His name is Destin, and he is a genuine rocket scientist who is also a good old boy.
Okay,
and
with a
like
sick
very
name.
down home country. I know, right? His first video, for example, was on how chicken heads don't move when you move their body, and maybe could
like
you use
gimbal?
that for like, yeah, exactly. Could you maybe use that for camera stabilization? So that's that kind of mix of down home and literal rocket science that I absolutely love. But anyway, one of the videos today that definitely shows that was they found some earthworms that were magnetic, and they were like, how the hell are these worms magnetic? Like they were literally just like, oh, worm, magnet, worm, magnet.
Poor guy's
Turns
in
out-
pain, but
Yeah, they found some other worms around somewhere, and they tried it with those, and they didn't work. And then they like reasoned that because this certain group of worms had been around where they had been doing a bunch of metal filing and wood and grinding and stuff, that they had just eaten the dirt laden with extra iron and became ferrous
metal. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and so it's just one of those little things about like if you are able to kind of observe the world around you, there's some neat shit out there.
Yeah,
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love watching. I went down a huge one of my binge channels was I forget the name of it now. Tier Zoo, I think is what it's called, where they take National Geographic footage and they turn it into a video game, basically. But it's all in editing. It's not an actual video game. But he explains nature like it is a video game. So he's saying, like, in the metagame, or the Paleozoic metagame, this, and this reigns supreme. They were S tier animals in the animal kingdom. Yeah, like it's so interesting. And they are a part of a network called, I want to say it's called Curiosity Stream. Where it's like Discovery Channel YouTubers, basically. And I love that shit.
Check that out.
And that's why Wandering Wolf is so interesting to me too, and I love seeing not sneak peeks. I see it at the same time as everyone else. Promise.
We're making some big strides over there. Matter of fact, we almost got a website up and ready.
Oh, that's so exciting.
We got lucky enough that we were actually able to snag wanderingwolfproductions.com.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty awesome, right?
That's like seeing someone with a Gmail that's just their name and it's like Mike Brown at gmail.com. You're like, are you kidding me, Mike? How did you get that, Mike Brown?
How lucky were you to be able to just get in there early? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanderingwolf.com was like several $1,000s. Somebody already had that and they'd just been sitting on it and parking on it and stuff.
Of course.
So even though it is a little bit more of keyboard strokes to go to wanderingwolfproductions.com, at least it's the full name. It's a .com.
That's true.
We didn't have to go to like wanderingwolf.ninja.
Yeah.
I think was one of the ones that
but
was
now
available,
I gotta learn how to spell production, and I don't want none of that business. You know?
I understand. I understand completely. Don't worry. I'll
get
give
a
you a
hotkey.
business card. It'll be on there.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Now I need to find someone to read it to me. Damn.
So I have actually been playing something recently that has had some DLC that does lead down a click hole and everything we were just kind of talking about.
Don't tell me it's Loop Hero.
No.
Okay, good.
No,
Thank
no,
God.
no.
Thought I
It's
missed
Binding
that.
of Isaac.
Hey, we like that game.
Literally last night. We're recording this on the 31st. You're seeing this on the 1st, or hopefully. Last night they released the final, we'll see, DLC for Binding of Isaac, and it is called Repentance, and it is pretty cool. I only ever got so deep down the Binding of Isaac hole in general. You know, I might have the first DLC's worth of stuff unlocked, like progression-wise and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. At least after they went from Binding of Isaac to Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, which is the non-Flash
Rebirth,
version.
and then Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus, and
Yeah.
all the different versions
Other
that it's
stuff in
kind of
there.
gone through.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But frankly, I'm totally okay with that because now whatever interim changes were made, because, you know, sometimes DLCs will like rework things from the very beginning and how you start unlocking things.
Like some fundamental mechanic, and it's like, oh, this game's way better now, Monster Hunter Iceborne.
Right, exactly. The opening stages of this game are actually a lot less frustrating than they were for me when I did, had I like pounded my brain the way through. So I feel okay, at least with this game, of like, oh, well, I've only got 20 hours, not much progression in a game like this, in Binding of Isaac, so I feel okay just picking it up now in its final form.
Yeah.
And starting, and starting there from where I left off, it looks like it has a ton more items. I think I was telling you earlier, I've got 37 achievements and it has 637
Out of
achievements.
637, that's crazy. It's like you planned that.
Although I think most of those were tied to item unlocks and character unlocks and things like that. So I mean,
things you would
that
have
just,
to progress to get. Very far.
frankly, that represents how much of the game I don't have.
Yeah, that you don't have unlocked. Yeah, that's totally right.
Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to pouring some time in. We may do some episodes this week.
Oh, totally.
I mean, that's the kind of thing where, like, if I were ever to actually stream again in general, that would be the thing I would just sit here and mess around with for 3 hours and
just veg out and just chill with people and just like, all right, what are we doing today? What's the role today? That's why I'm pretty sure I mentioned during my Fallout segment last episode, the reason that I'm playing with a randomizer on is because, I've played that first mission about 700 times. And if I can randomize every armor piece and every weapon that every character has, even the size of some NPCs, better believe I'm gonna do that. Get some
any
spice
kind of
in there.
variation.
So
makes it that much
roguelikes
more
hit that box in my head so easily, and I don't blame you at all.
That is one of the disadvantages to getting some of these games in early access, like I do, like Rogue Legacy 2 and 30XX and games like that we've played on the channel, and you should go watch those videos because they're amazing. But then I put extra hours in afterwards because I love the games and I play them, and you miss out on the changes to the early stages. You miss out on some of the new introductory sequences that when Hades finally hit full release, I was so far progressed in the early access version that any changes that were made to the opening of the story or the first 30 hours,
oh my God,
I'll never see, because I'm not gonna go back, and it's not like it has multiple save slots to be able to.
I think they might have added them when they did the cloud save thing. I think so.
That'd be nice.
But I did restart because I needed that. I knew I was going to be addicted to that game too, but very brave of you for just continuing. We don't got time for all that.
That's exactly what it came down to, is I just didn't have the time nor the will to sit there and put 30 hours back into getting back to where I was and then continuing. What's probably another 30 hours after that. I mean, honestly, in order to get to the proper end of Hades, to where it becomes just that endless loop, which is where I'm at now, is around 60 plus hours. And it's a good 60 hours. Don't get me wrong.
It's a great it's an addictive crack cocaine MSG filled 60 hours. And if you pick the Fist Gauntlets, is what they're called. It's a very fast
Oh no, you're
Crack
fisting enemies all
cocaine.
over the place. Don't try and gussy it up by calling them gauntlets or whatever. You're fisting boys all over the place,
Oh, yeah.
and it's the best.
Well, that's what they call me, is fisting boy. But yeah, those I think it's Gilgamesh is the gauntlets you get that you unlock. Oh man, I fucking love them. And you dash like crazy. I'll dash right into someone's butt.
I love the magnetic version where you get to pull enemies in and then
That was what I was using before. Yeah.
and then fist them.
Yeah, and then suck them in.
I mean, you knew it was coming. You knew.
Suck them in. Damn. Yeah.
So, we have been watching a lot of
Yes.
stuff recently, and I think that this is the point in the conversation when people begin to start questioning, when are they going to talk about the latest Marvel show? When are they going to talk about the latest Marvel show?
I need
Because
the
we talked
news.
about WandaVision last time.
Yeah.
And people need us to dissect the most recent Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
So,
One episode at a time now, I guess.
I mean, well, we got two. We've got two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did not get the chance to talk about the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, so we've got the first and second ones. And Dylon and I watched them both a week apart, and I am annoyed that we have to wait in between each week, and that it's only
I feel
6
like a
episodes
normie.
this time.
Oh, that
Yeah, I know.
sucks. That really
I
sucks.
know. But it seems as though, at least for this show, we are getting getting into the action a lot faster.
Yeah. If you call it the meat, if in WandaVision the meat and potatoes was the mystery, took a couple, maybe 4 episodes to really stop just hinting and really get into it and start giving you lots of questions and then start answering them. Falcon and Winter Soldier, if you've seen the movies, you know where the base foundation is. You're not left confused from the beginning, just connecting some loose ends that you might have missed if you didn't watch all the movies. But yeah, it gets into the action real quick, and it's definitely the show that the trailer wanted us to think it was. But right at the end of that second episode, man, immediately wasn't. And I'm like, all right, here it goes.
And we'll talk about spoilers in a minute.
I don't know.
But yeah, just for now, for those who don't want any spoilers and just kind of want a base review, go and watch the show, because it's absolutely
Please do,
wonderful
yeah.
to see Marvel get to take television and elevate it to the point of where film budget and film acting and like the caliber of everything is just smashing together with the production schedule and the release schedule of television and like an entire show's TV budget for one season took place in that first 10 minutes of the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, where they're flying through the canyon and they've got
Yeah. That
so
was a
much
movie.
stuff happening.
Yeah,
So
it was
much
great.
stuff happening. And to see that happen, it looks like it's going to happen at least once an episode, because in episode 2 we had the trucks.
Yes.
It looks like you're going to have some of these big set piece action sets, and I'm very, very looking forward to seeing what that continues to expand into as Falcon and Winter Soldier unfolds for us. We still got 4 more episodes to go. Did I lose you, Don? Dylon, it seems, is having overheating problems.
Yeah, it's
Talking about Marvel stuff gets him worked up and verklempt.
It's
but
Sam.
it's okay.
It's the Falcon. He's just so
So
good.
picking up where we left off, I think now it's kind of okay to talk a little bit more about spoilery stuff. And if anybody wants to avoid spoilers, then we'll have a time code down in the description that'll help you be able to skip past that part. But I am absolutely enjoying where this story is going, and especially in regard to its relation to Captain America, Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Yes.
Let's. I think that at this point, since we're dealing with multiple Captains America, which is its proper
yes,
pluralization,
you're
it's like
absolutely
attorneys
right.
general.
Yeah.
Since we're dealing with multiple Captains America, let's go ahead and make sure that we use names here. Steve Rogers is no longer Captain America.
No, now it's
in the
Steve
MCU.
Wilkos.
It's Steve Kmart is what we're getting.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in just a second. Sam does the noble thing, gives back the shield, this wonderful ceremony. He gives it to the Smithsonian, and it's going to be put away. And you made the comment that Sam gets to touch it without gloves, but everybody else has to use gloves, and you better believe it, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. I mean, that just shows the care that they have for this symbol.
Yeah.
You know? And there are a lot of wonderful storylines that progress from there regarding Falcon's relation to his family and their struggles and having to deal with the family business and where does money come from for an Avenger. That becomes a very interesting topic of conversation.
Yep. Stimulus check.
It's going very much in the opposite of the Zack Snyder Justice League that just came out, that Zack Snyder is very much focused on the godly aspects of these people.
Yeah, untouchable, on a pedestal. Block out several hours to watch it.
Marvel is very much focusing on the humanity of these people and their struggles,
bringing
and
them
what
down.
they're going through, and the fact that a black superhero has a problem getting a loan for his family business, even though he's literally a superhero who has saved the
register
entire
that
universe.
until we brought it up after, and I was like, wait a second, he's a racist man?
It's a race thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to put the blame on the poor teller who has to tell them that the bank is not going to approve them. But then you also get the extra line about, can I take a picture of you with your arms out? And he's like, are you for real, man? And so you kind of don't feel as bad about not liking that guy. So the story progresses from there, and we get some wonderful interaction with Winter Soldier, Bucky, as he's trying to work his way back through some of his past traumas, and his time as the Winter Soldier. We get another awesome set piece that had to cost a shit ton of money, going through a hotel, and Winter Soldier just goes through and wrecks shop left and right like he's supposed to do, complete with shiny silver arm and red star.
Yeah,
which
twas back
in
in the day.
Yeah, I think you pointed out was like, he's supposed to, isn't that supposed to be a black arm now?
Yeah.
And that's your hint that this is, in fact, the nightmare sequence. Bucky wakes up on the floor, very much like Sam and Cap talk about in Civil War, how sleeping in a bed feels uncomfortable.
Yes,
and
yes, you mentioned that.
But Bucky has yet to have that relate moment with Sam.
Or with anyone that has gone through something even remotely similar. Yeah.
And so we get some wonderful moments of Bucky trying to go through his life. He goes through therapy, through a therapist who definitely speaks softly and carries a big stick.
I could see that. They weren't afraid to punch back a lot. And I think therapy is such a a subject you like tiptoe around. When you are a therapist, you can say something that could trigger someone's feelings and kind of make them regress instead of progress. But like, if I was a therapist, maybe I shouldn't be, I would totally do the same thing. Like, just like, listen, man, you gotta pay attention to what we're doing. Or if you don't want to help yourself, you can't help yourself.
I mean, the therapist tailors the therapy to the therapy.
The therapy, yes.
Yeah.
To ease.
So, so it really kind of makes sense that for someone as hard-nosed and hardline as Bucky would probably need something more from the School of Hard Knocks when it comes to learning those kind of lessons. But it is interesting to see now this second show from Marvel that is dealing a lot with this one isn't about grief so much as it is about like reconciliation.
Yeah, almost the same, but a different flavor. Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's the other side of guilt when you're coming out of that.
Some kind of loss. It's a different.
Right. Yes. Or for Bucky, he has this very much internal sense of the things he physically did. And for Sam, it's very much the circumstances of being back in this world post 5 years being away and the entire world being thrown into chaos, and then also having to deal with all the other BS that comes with
just life,
living in America.
Yeah.
Being black in America, which is a very interesting topic.
There's a couple movies about that.
And by the second episode, we see the two characters come together. And it's really cool. They have a wonderful set of sequences together where Bucky is very much pleading with Sam about why he gave the shield up. Oh, of course, I forgot the big reveal at the end of episode 1, that the shield has now been given to somebody else. And that somebody else is played by one of the bravest actors who could possibly exist. Oh God, what's his first name?
Oh, I was gonna look it up and I was like, nah, Tim looks like he's got this.
I think the first name is actually Wyatt, if I'm not mistaken. Probably named after the famous character his dad played.
Oh, yes. Wyatt Russell.
Yeah. But it is Kurt Russell's kid, Wyatt Russell, and he is playing John Walker. We'll see whether it goes the full extent of where the character John Walker goes, but for now, John Walker is playing Captain America, and I think it's very brave of him to play a character who is going to be instantly hated, no matter how good or how relatable they make that character, because he's not Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Which is A, the point of the character.
Yes.
And B, kind of a downside of being an actor who's playing a Haiti character, like the guy who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones. You know?
Man, yeah, or Cersei Lannister as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
totally.
Who is the other guy with the dogs and the chopping off the penis and anyway, you know who I'm talking about. Ramsay Bolton.
Oh, dude, he can never be bad in my head. He did a great job.
And so those kind of actors who play these characters who are not necessarily liked are absolutely brave in my book, because Jesus Christ, the stuff that they have to deal with has to be insane. Has to be absolutely mentally insane. But anyway, so this gentleman is taking over the mantle, and when you thought the shield was going to go into the Smithsonian, then Sam has this moment of, fuck me running sideways. So then we fast forward to episode 2. Episode 2 has the two characters coming together. Like I was saying, Sam is pleading with Bucky is pleading with Sam. Why did you give up the shield? Sam is pleading with Bucky. Look, I love his line. Don't you come back here with me with your extended life and talk to me about my rights.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh. Yeah, it's kind of hard to argue with him on that one. You might just want to let that one go. And so he does, and in fact lets him go on the plane trip to go and stop some of the Flag Smashers, this new group that's coming around and seems to want to take culture back to the time of the blip, when they thought things were better. Yeah, when half the population of the planet was not here. They are sore that the government is placing emphasis on the people who have come back, as opposed to the people who were here the entire time
on their own.
And, you know, while I can see some of the parallels to current life situations, I think it's interesting that we're seeing a group of people that, I mean, they're not necessarily the bad guys yet. You know, as far as we've seen, they haven't done anything super awful.
Throwing some people
we got to
around.
see what these vaccines they were stealing and this medicine they were stealing were.
Yeah.
But it would not surprise me if this became one of those subgroups that was like, oh, they're bad guys. And then you find out they're not actually really all that bad. They're like the Avalanche.
Yeah. They're to say domestic terrorist in a good way doesn't sound right.
They're
but
flawed methodology.
Freedom fighters, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You got a whole bunch of rebels on your hands, and if you're the Empire, the rebels are terrorists, and if you're the rebels, then they're freedom.
Exactly.
So, you know, it really just kind of depends on, and I appreciate that disparity.
Yeah, like not just having a one-sided, one-note villain that just, and I don't think they've ever really done that. Like Ultron might be the closest they've done in the movies. Everybody's had like an ulterior motive of some kind or some kind of snapping point.
Trying to think of the dark elf from Thor 2, Malekith.
Oh
maybe?
Shit, yeah, but that's like they have read the books. You know, go read the books. That's why they're mad. They're mad because of that. Yeah, some stupid history shit, mythology, whatever. But yeah, I'm on board so far.
And then we see a big set that is with the two trucks as they're driving down the highway, and Sam and Bucky are trying to stop this shipment of what turns out to be medicine, and they are accosted by
Big Pharma,
people who are stronger than they should be.
Yep.
And you have this wonderful set of sequences where they end up fighting, and U.S. agent and John Walker, Captain America, and his friend end up showing up to help with the fight, which was not in any of the trailers, by the way. And I'm really glad that they kept the whole part about John Walker completely out of the trailers, period. But the fact that they were able to show any of that fight without him being in it was pretty interesting and a nice little throw off. You know, Marvel is great about doing I don't know if you know this. In the WandaVision trailer, they actually show the shot where Wanda is getting hit by the light of the Mind Stone. But you in the show, you see like the outline of the Scarlet Witch in her eyes.
Yeah.
They did not have that in the trailer. You just see her getting washed over with this light. And you're like, what's happening there? And so Marvel has always been very, very, very good about like tweaking small details in their trailers and being selectively cutting to make sure that you don't get spoiled on things. Little surprises still happen. When Captain America grabs Thanos' glove in the Avengers Infinity War trailer, that trailer has 2 gems in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it's all 5 because it's at the end of the movie. And it was to throw people off of where is this scene in the movie.
So smart and so much work, but also, that's genius for people that love
it's very smart
to like gravitate towards every piece of new media that comes out.
And they know that in this digital age, that's exactly what people are going to do. They're going to take it into Premiere and go dissect it frame by frame.
So you got to throw in like the red herrings. Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, there were people who analyzed the truck sequence and found out the part where Bucky ends up getting thrown off the truck and he's like hanging by the bottom. And then you see the scene from the trailer where Falcon flies up and he's like, that little girl kicked your ass, man. And Bucky screams. And then Falcon flies underneath both trucks, grabs Bucky and does this hero tumble down a pansy-covered hill in this romantic moment that made my heart flutter. But what people found out when they went frame by frame is that you can actually see Sam's hand come up and cradle Bucky's head.
Oh my God.
As they're flying through. So like there's extra care.
Yeah.
I got my buddy. Like it's just it's such a cute little detail. And you would never notice that if people didn't go through every single frame of every single episode. Oh, is that his hand on the back of his head? No shit.
What is he, a trained soldier or something? Knows how to take care of people? What the hell?
No, he loves his partner. He's gonna make sure that he's okay.
Oh.
I ship it.
Eventually, the world will.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
And so the show goes on from there, and we have this wonderful set of sequences where Bucky eventually leads Sam to the home of somebody very important that he wants him to meet. And we meet this gentleman, Isaiah. Oh gosh, last name escapes me. Isaiah, last name escapes me. Is framed like as this guy that like, listen, Sam, I know that like you got a lot of animosity towards me and my feelings about the Shield and stuff, but if you want to know where I'm coming from, then you got to meet somebody. And there's a deterrent at the front door in the form of a son, or maybe grandson, probably. Family. I don't know. That guy looked virile enough. Could be son. Anyway, somebody who is very important in the comics, whose name is Eli, who ends up becoming the Falcon in later episodes of Marvel Comics and stuff, which is a really cool little tie-in. But I think it might even be Isaiah Campbell. I don't. Anyway. They meet this gentleman, Isaiah, which I thought was beautiful framing. They framed this old guy from about chin to forehead. And it's very kind of close up on him with blurred background.
Isaiah Bradley, bless you?
Perhaps.
I think
so.
Yes, Isaiah Bradley, yeah.
Yeah, literally Isaiah Bradley, Black Captain America is kind of all you got to look up there. But anyway. Spoilers for where this is headed. So we meet him, and I thought it was really cool how they kind of framed him from here to here, and you're like, oh man, this old guy's kind of getting the grilling here, and and Bucky is asking him to relate to Sam and the experiences and
what it means to take that symbol,
right? And Isaiah is having none of it. In fact, gets very upset at Bucky because he only really knew Bucky as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And so
they fought against each other.
Right. Here this enemy was, and honestly, Isaiah says right in the beginning, I was wondering whether you were here to kill me. Yeah. So I don't know that the whole friendly conversation was ever really going to happen. But it was interesting that Bucky tried. And Sam realizes that there was a Black Captain America. I think in this continuity came before Cap, but in the comics came right after Cap.
Yeah, normally it's so, like, kind of reworked.
Exactly. But the point is that there was a black super soldier that Sam probably could have hung his moral hat on when it came to picking up the shield, and that's a huge floppy deal. And so when they leave, Sam is pissed.
Yeah, the world was basically robbed of, I want to call it the art of that Black Captain America, just like how the music industry in like 40s and 50s, like there's a reason there were so many covers and they became normal, and Frank Sinatra sings every fucking song from that era, and lots of other people, because racists, you know?
Isaiah relates the story that for his heroics, for his actions, he spent 30 years in jail as a war criminal. So it is interesting that this show is punching so many buttons. And also hitting that kind of buddy cop action. It's silly, it's funny, it's got very funny moments where the two characters are interacting with each other. And there's one part where like Falcon is piloting Red Wing over there somewhere, and then Bucky is sneaking through a complex, and Falcon makes a joke, oh, you spent a little bit of time in Wakanda to become White Panther.
Yeah.
And then Bucky says, it's more like White Wolf. And Sam's like, what? And then Bucky gets to where he's going, and he says, yeah, it'd be really nice if you were here. And then he looks over, and Sam's literally right next to him. And Sam's like, what? What did I miss? Nothing. Exactly. And so I love their dynamic. I love what the show is going for. It's got heart, heroism, and humor, which is everything that you need for a superhero.
It's got good creative minds behind it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little pissed that they didn't make Buck, because they knew he was going to be the White Wolf. I'm kind of pissed they didn't make his arm like a white. I thought that would be awesome. But also the Wakanda.
That might be a little too Power Ranger-y.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay, yeah, you got a point there, but I do like the arm. It is very cool. And I like to imagine, what is his name? Stan Sebastian? Does that sound right? Or Sebastian Stan?
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan. Weird, two first names. When he's like in the bloopers and stuff, behind the scenes, when he's just got the green arm on and it's like a little sock. Like, I love that shit. That's hilarious to me.
And then at the very end of the second episode, we get the big conversation of, man, we got to go talk to somebody who knows about super soldiers, because we're fighting super soldiers and there's only one other guy who's still alive who knows about super soldiers. And Sam says, really? You're going to go just sit in a room with that guy? Bucky says, yeah. Sam says, all right.
Let's
go see Zemo.
Oh.
And then we get our beautiful, beautiful sequence of introducing the big bad in classical music. And he's like locked up in jail.
Gotta be that way. There's no other way.
I was telling you when we were watching it, I love that so much. It's done too much, I think.
It's a trope,
but when it's done well,
classic.
Like, there's nothing better than that setup of the villain in his lair and classical music is coming over him, and it's just so menacing.
Hannibal
and awesome.
Sharpening his knives, and it's like, oh, he's just cooking food.
100%.
Wait a second, that's Hannibal Lecter, the Eat Man, the Man-Eater. The Eat Man-Eater. Yeah, the Eating Man-Eater.
Sure. But yeah, so that's a very thorough breakdown of our second episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, first and second. Yeah. And Dylon, what do you think? I talked a lot.
You did. Dry mouth. I got a dry mouth just watching you talk. It was very juicy. Like we said, like WandaVision kind of took a bit to, not even to find its legs, because I think it obviously knew where it was going, and like it had the right sequence of events down to help the story progress in a proper at a proper pace once it did hit the ground running. But this kind of got to the action right away in that first episode. Episode was with the canyon, right? The canyon thing? Okay, yeah. Big CG scene. It started with an Avengers movie, and then we got Act 2 of an Avengers movie at the end of that episode. And we got to see all the down-to-earth humanity side. Like, I love that it's taken a series of movies, the cinematic universe, that was so yeah, maybe they kind of genre blended a little bit, but so skewed towards action, and did that thing by dissecting it into, all right, action time. All right, we're gonna give you some cool, like I said, down to earth, like family stuff, the real
Character
issues,
exploration.
Yeah, really going through and saying, okay, what are these struggles that are unrelated to? We did the action. What other struggles do we have? Okay, we did that. What other struggles can we have? Whoa, the human mind feels things? What the fuck?
As it turns out,
Not just
there's a
punches?
lot of layers to the human experience, even the superhuman experience.
Crazy. Because it's still human in there somewhere.
As it turns out.
But yeah, just a great package, and I'm excited. Right at the end, we didn't say, and the spoiler tag will end, I guess, right after I say this, when the fucking man, Steve Wilkos, what's the U.S. agent is what you...
John Walker.
John Walker, yeah. There you go, real name. When he says, then stay the hell out of my way, or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, I knew it was coming. But oh my God, I couldn't believe that it came.
But, so, okay.
Because I don't
talking
know
about
the
some
US
of the good
agents.
things about it. I don't think that line was as motivated as it could have been. I get that at this point, John Walker is very aggravated with our boys because he's very much tried to put his best hand forward.
Hard.
He's tried very hard. He picked them up when they were out in the middle of nowhere.
Good positive attitude, smile on his face. Yeah,
Fought
let's
with
do
them
this.
in the fight. Like, definitely tried hard.
He had Battlestar. What was his name? His friend? Was it Battlestar?
No, you got it right.
Oh
Stop
my
the car.
God.
Stop the car. Stop the car. Love that scene so much.
So exactly what I was thinking too. Like, all right, that's it. I'm out. I can't do this.
That's the point where I would be out too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I hope they motivate his turn a little better than that. Because I don't think that annoyance at the snub of two veteran heroes is enough of a motivation,
but a constant
to make someone who should be Captain America go bad. You know what I mean? It should take something a little bit worse than that. But maybe that's the whole point. Of course he's not supposed to be Captain America. He's not a great
Exactly, yeah. And like,
might be a good soldier, not a good Captain America. So
True.
We'll see.
You've been in that face crack situation where you're like, listen, motherfucker, I am putting 200% effort into this because I know how much it means. So fucking stop. You know? Like, you're talking to a kid.
Right.
I talk to kids like that.
Sure. Absolutely. No, absolutely.
But yeah,
every time you do a bake sale and those little shits come along and try and steal your snooker bars, like, of course.
They're taller than me. Look, listen here, you big person. But seriously.
Some French Canadian kid pissed off.
Whoa! He speak French at me. What did he say? Can you translate it? No? I don't know either.
No.
But yeah, exactly. So wee aside, having that face crack situation and being like, okay, I've put so much into this. You keep knocking me down. Level with me right now. If you're not going to help me, you're against me. Stay out of my way. I'm not going to fight you, but
fair.
Stay the fuck out of my way.
That's fair.
It had less of I'm bad now and more of, all right, this is how I actually am. Don't.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair. I'm surprised that Battlestar didn't react at all. To be like,
which makes me
Really?
think
Is that
that he already knows he's like that once you piss him off, you know?
that's a very good point. So, yeah, I think there's some very good acting going on all sides. It'll be interesting to see where this show continues to go.
Yes.
We've got 4 episodes left, and by the time we gather again, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be done.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, so we'll be able to talk about the rest of the show next episode, and that's going to be really great to be able to see kind of how far off base we were with some of our stuff.
Totally. They could throw a curveball at us.
I'll go ahead and make a prediction now.
Okay.
I don't think Zemo's going to end up being a bad guy. Maybe at the very end he escapes and becomes free and like can go off and be bad again. But at least right now, what they're setting him up for as is the advisor about this.
Is it, what is it, a heel turn wrestling? Or is that the other way around?
Yeah. Turn it a face turn.
Face
would be
turn,
like-
yeah. Heel and face,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, okay.
Yes, yeah. So I don't think he's going to become a good guy. Like, don't get me wrong there. I don't
Okay.
think he's going to be, but I think he's going to be the Hannibal Lecter in this situation.
Yeah.
Where he's just
gotta
kind of
trust
helping
him.
to solve. Yeah, he's definitely the bad guy. And then at the end, he breaks out and we see that wonderful scene of him holding his mask on top of wherever it is that he was on top of.
Mm-hmm.
That's my prediction. We'll see how wrong I am because I have a feeling I'm very wrong. But
I don't know, man.
it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. I'm along for the ride. And after this is Loki.
Yeah, which
So that's going to be great.
the tier of what I was excited for and then subverted my disbelief and changed my opinion completely. I wasn't excited for WandaVision, got excited. Because I was excited for WandaVision, couldn't get into thinking about, oh, maybe Falcon and Winter Soldier will be good. I don't know, it's too
Right.
different. I don't think it
Right.
will. And then it did.
You couldn't conceptualize how that could be good after seeing what WandaVision was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Which is surprising considering that Falcon and Winter Soldier was originally slated to be the first show that came out, and then WandaVision was supposed to be second. Because people at Marvel were kind of unsure whether people would latch on to this weird cerebral experience.
yeah,
and going through
especially
different
as
genres
the
of television.
first one, right? But I think it did a good job with that, blending it together
Totally.
at the end.
And I think that Falcon and Winter Soldier totally still works as a follow-up. In fact, I appreciate now that we went from WandaVision and it's, I was telling you, very much like a bottle series that
Yep.
takes place in and around Westview, New Jersey. And
Like a
that's
bottle
it.
episode from another more action-packed,
From any TV
adventurous
show,
show.
right.
Yeah.
Whereas Falcon and Winter Soldier literally takes place across the entire
Yeah.
world. Like we start the show on like the border of Libya and then Washington D.C. and then Louisiana and then so
You know what else
we're
did
doing
that?
all this.
The Winter Soldier. a lot.
Nice.
The other movies
Yeah.
did too, but like
Yeah.
starting with those
You're right.
like military locations and like going back and forth like that. Like
Yeah, it was very much a kind of a jet-setting,
Yes.
location-hopping show, and or movie rather.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
that this show is doing the exact same thing, and I like that.
Mhm.
I think that's really cool, and it kind of thrusts us back into the world after
Yep.
after we've been in this box for a while, not seeing the world.
yeah. Hey, military got a military. Like they're still doing
yeah.
their shit. Yeah.
Now we're thrust back into real life.
Mhm.
I know, I love using that word. Thrust back
Ah.
into real life, and it's really wonderful to see these characters have to take on the world.
New challenges in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's our review of WandaVision. God,
Falcon and the
Falcon and
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
Where am I? How did I get here?
Wanda and the Falcon Soldier, and I think we'll leave it there until we come back next time.
Yeah. Not much else we can say. Like I feel like I would come up with something similar to what you were getting at.
Yeah.
I'm very
Next time
interested.
I'll let you do the recap.
Oh God. I have the memory of a goldfish cracker. Wait.
Which is frankly why I took lead on it.
I'm a goldfish cracker. All right, it's back. We're good.
But
yes,
we've
I
also
appreciate
been watching some other stuff too. I got you to sit down and watch the first 3 episodes of Invincible, the new
Was
show
that
by
3
Robert
episodes?
Kirkman. It is 3 episodes. I think you and I only watched maybe 1. Actually, now that I think about it, there
Yeah,
are
because
3
that's
episodes
that's
out
what
right
we were
now.
talking
But I
about
think
watching
you and I only
before we
watched 1.
started, and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure we
Yes.
only watched. No, we watched 2 because it was extra long.
No, the first they're all 45 minutes. So
Shit.
this is a show. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of setup for the show itself.
Yeah.
It's a show by Robert Kirkman, the guy who did The Walking Dead.
Yep.
It's another comic book property of his that is now being turned into a television show on Amazon Prime. The first 3 episodes dropped last Thursday into Friday. And so that seems like the night that it's going to come on, which makes me excited because that means tomorrow night it's going to come on.
It better.
And it's a wonderful show. It's very much not for kids.
Yeah. I feel like everybody will say that, but you know, back in the day when it'd be like, "Oh, Happy Tree Friends," it's not for kids.
Yeah.
It looks like it, but don't. It's not.
Yeah.
This is
No,
very
it-
much. Not
This
for
is
kids.
this is if the people from Happy Tree Friends made Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wonderful. You should absolutely give it a watch. I'm not going to say too much more about the plot yet, like until things are later on, because I like there's not much that you can say without giving things away.
Yeah.
But I will say that the voice cast is awesome. The main character is played by Steven Yeun and does a wonderful job. He had Sandra Oh plays his mom. I absolutely love her and that character. Great. And J.K. Simmons. Yeah,
yes.
J.K. I was gonna say J.J. Simmons, and I was like, that's not right. J.K. Simmons is playing his dad. J.K. Simmons plays Omni-Man, the most powerful superhero ever, and his son hasn't gotten his powers yet.
Oh no.
Has a normal human mom played by Sandra Oh, and it's just a nice little story, superhero story, and you should absolutely give it a watch. And
without your kids.
Yes, without your kids. I appreciate the fact that the show looks a lot like Justice League.
Oh yeah, like when I was seeing trailers of it, just like scrolling on Twitter or whatever, as little as I do that, I was like, oh, Amazon's trying to get their own Justice League. Just like the dollar store version, but man. Maybe
it's
the
really
first
good.
5 minutes are like the dollar store version. And then it's like, not anymore.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And we may dive deeper into it next time since it will have been out longer.
Yes.
You know? So we might do a little bit more of a deep dive on it then. But suffice to say for now, go and watch the damn show.
Yeah.
It's great.
Very good. And in a similar vein, and this might be an unintentional spoiler, I'm watching The Boys. I watched the first few episodes, and watching that and then this was weird. Because
I'd imagine so.
Some beats are the same, and that's as much as I'll say for now.
Yeah.
And translucent does not mean see-through. You don't understand that.
Also end up relating more to Falcon and Winter Soldier, depending on how the U.S. agent goes.
My God, are you right? Yeah.
That would be amazing to get a scene where Winter Soldier, U.S. agent is on top of a skyscraper just jerking off, you know?
But he's invisible.
But, well, depends on how much you want to be seen.
Yeah, that's not a part of the fetish. Yeah, you want people to see you. I'm a live stream it. Very specific websites for that.
So, speaking of fetishes, I have one for embarrassing you. So let's do that. As we kind of bring this podcast to a close, I want to close it out with our first segment. We might do this every so often, but Dylon, I've come up with a game. Would you like to play a game?
I'm very scared of the things you said and the way that you said it. But yeah.
Yeah. I have come up with a game very much related to the fact that it is April Fool's Day, and this game is called Two News and a Lie. Are you ready to play?
Oh, no. Yes. No.
So here's how this game goes. I have gone and scoured the internet, done all of the hardworking research that any sort of journalist would do, and I have dug up two news stories that are 100% true.
Oh, no.
And one news story that is not.
But I never look at the news, Tim. I'm boned.
And you, Dylon, will get to hear the headlines. And then you have 5 questions to determine which one is the lie.
Okay.
Are you ready? Now, I've got a nice, easy round for you just to kind of get you used to it. These are our headlines. And your job is to determine which one is not true.
I'm playing Guess Who with the news. Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. Two news and a lie.
Okay.
Dylon, are you ready?
You said news, right? Not nudes?
Dylon, are you ready?
I don't want to play now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Our first headline is: after a 140-mile-per-hour chase, man tells police he didn't think their cruisers would catch his 2002 Acura.
Fuck.
That's our first headline.
Okay.
Our second headline: North Korean gymnast defects by vaulting fences.
Fuck yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, this is our third one. This is still just a practice.
Yep.
Matt Damon lowers cameo fee to $15 in hopes of getting more hits. There are your 3 headlines. One of those is true. 2 of those are wrong. This is supposed to be the easy round. So you got 5 questions. Dylon, what are your questions?
Oh my god. So I almost just want to guess out the hop and see what I get. But I'll play your silly games, Tim. Okay.
Okay. Feel free to take however many the questions you want. We've got the second round to get through, which will be tougher.
I feel like I want to tell you my thought process of why I'm gonna guess what I'm gonna guess, and I feel like
me that thought process.
I feel like any of the questions I ask will break it. So, what is my limitation on these questions that I can ask?
I mean, if you can find a way to break the game, I'll find a way to make it better. Put it that way.
Okay.
So, you can't ask me which one of these is not true. And also, you don't know whether what I'm telling you is real or not. Like,
shit!
If you ask me a question about the contents of the article and it's not here, I'll just say it's not here.
Or just make it up?
Yeah, so your job with these questions is to try and drag information out of the article that might help you determine whether or not it's fake.
Damn, okay. All right, so my first inclination, and I'll explain my thought process, is the first headline is
the 140 mile per hour chase.
Yes, is the one that is
accurate.
The one that is fake. And the reason I'm going to say that is because every single website that posts the news about man says where man is from.
Ah, I see.
And it wasn't
so
Florida
you would think
man.
this would be Florida man.
So that's my guess before we get into it.
Okay.
Now I will guess.
Do you want to lock that in?
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
No, let's lock that in, and then I'm gonna ask some questions anyway, just for fun. So where is man from?
Let's see. So the Lake County, Indiana.
Lake County, Indiana.
That's your first question.
There are no men there, so okay. How high? I don't know if this counts as a question. How high? This is more of a repeat. How high was the jump? You said he jumped over a fence, vaulted.
Oh, the North Korean vaulter.
Yes.
Let's see here. Looking in the article.
Or they.
The man reported to be 23rd after man. It does not say how high the fence is. However, I do see a picture of the DMZ fence here, and and two South Korean soldiers next to it are probably 5'5". So I'm gonna say soldiers. I'm gonna say 12 feet based on this picture, but it does not say in the article.
Okay.
It does describe the length of the demilitarized zone.
Whoa.
Which this person had to get through to get to the South Korean fence.
Yeah, I studied that in biology. The mons pubis. That's the Ken doll patch above your genitals. It's the demilitarized
No, that's the
zone.
man's pubis.
Oh, they? Okay. What was this third headline again?
The third headline was Matt Damon lowers his cameo fee to $15 in hope of getting more hits.
To $15.
Yes.
What was it before?
Original asking price of $25 for a 60-second shout out.
That. Oh. So, small anecdote.
I genuinely thought this was going to be very obvious straight away, but clearly I picked very good articles. I'm pleased with how well this is working.
Now I want to say, I know I locked it in already, so I'll play by your rules. I want to say the Matt Damon one just because Davey, my partner, got a cameo the other day from someone that was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Uh-huh.
And it was sub $200.
Oh, I see.
For 2 minutes.
So you're thinking it's a money thing now?
Yeah, $25. I don't think that's what Matt Damon would charge. He's
Matt Damon.
He's fucking Matt Damon. He hunted
but
wills
also,
in a good way.
But he's kind of a down to earth guy. I mean,
he beat up Jude
I could
Law.
see him having. Well, exactly, down to earth guy. I could see him having a $25 cameo.
Have you seen Elysium?
Yeah. He needs the money.
All right, yeah, I guess that works. Oh man, okay. Technically, I asked you like 15 questions, by the way, because that's how I speak. All right, let's.
Well, give me your answer then.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Matt Damon.
Okay. I am sorry to report that the answer you have given
Is
100% correct.
Thank God.
The Matt Damon one is the fake story.
okay.
Congratulations.
But
So,
how
yes.
did you feel about my first thought process of man?
No, I understand where you're coming from, and then you
read a
found
couple
out where
articles.
it was. It would be Indiana Man.
Uh-huh.
But yes, so the 140 mile per hour chase was true. The North Korea gymnast was true. The Matt Damon cameo fee was not true. And I don't know, this is kind of a short article. Do you want me to read it for you real quick?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Los Angeles, expressing enthusiasm about seeing a real turnaround in business soon, Matt Damon reportedly lowered his fee on Cameo to $15 Friday in hopes of getting more hits. Quote, man, I thought I'd be swamped, but 3 months on here and I've gotten, 3-4 requests, end quote, says Damon, who released a long, resigned sigh as he speculated that perhaps he had set his height a little too high with his original asking price of $25 for a custom 60-second shout-out.
Crazy.
I fucking love that.
I love
Thank
it
you for
too.
the Onion thank you to the Onion for that article. There
That's
we
the
go.
one.
Got it.
You got it.
And to what is it? WA Today. What is WA Today? Washington Today? WA Today for the North Korea article, and to Fox 59 Indianapolis.
Did you guys read the
for
what?
our car chase article.
Did you read the what today? The USA
No,
or the Washington Today today?
Oh, yeah,
ATM
yeah.
machine. Where am I? Let us play the second round or the first real round, depending on who's counting, of game that Tim made.
2 news and a lie. Working title.
That's the one. I'll get it next episode.
All right. So here we go. Dylon, are you ready? 2 news and a lie.
Oh boy, yeah.
3 headlines. 5 questions. You got this.
One winner.
Well, I think we're all losers in this case.
I agree.
Our first headline. Mafia fugitive caught after posting YouTube cooking video.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Okay.
Our second headline. Rob Gronkowski thrilled after purchasing rare game-worn Rob Gronkowski jersey.
Okay. I'm gonna
And
guess
article
a
number
hockey
3.
player.
Football.
Football. Okay.
American football. COVID-19 vaccine site in Northern California closing for 2 days to host anime event.
Fuck.
All right, Dylon, 2 of those are true. 1 of those is fake. 5 questions.
Oh my God. Okay. Where
Go
was
for it.
where was the event? This anime event?
Roseville, California.
Roseville, California.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any pictures?
There is a picture of an attendee of a SAC anime congregate, but it is from 2018.
Okay.
And it's
okay.
of a person in a very oversized head Hatsune Miku costume.
Very good. Okay.
So I also just accidentally gave you a piece of information, the name of the convention.
Yeah,
that will be
yeah,
taking
yeah.
place.
Yeah, I caught that. I was like, what's a sack anime? I've never watched that one. Okay, what was the second one again?
Rob Gronkowski and his jersey.
Yes. And what was the first one again?
Mafia fugitive caught after posting YouTube cooking video.
You know, what did he cook?
He was betrayed by a YouTube channel in which he showed off his Italian cooking skills. Of course he's Italian. He's in the mob.
Hey, what are you saying, huh?
I'm saying that all the people in the mob know how to cook Italian.
Hey, this isn't offensive. They're white people. Okay. But it doesn't say what exactly, just Italian cooking. Because they got a lot of shit. They got gelato and other stuff.
It doesn't say the contents of the video that was posted that like got him caught, but it just says that he posted video. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say what kind of food he was cooking other than just showing off Italian cooking skills.
Screen cap? Is there a screen cap?
No.
Or anything? No, damn. Because my next question was going to be, is it landscape or portrait? Because that'll tell you a lot about someone. All
right, I think that's 3 questions.
Yeah. I got my little fingies counting. Damn, this is harder than I expected.
Yay!
And it's harder than I expected.
Good game.
Yeah, exactly. This is harder than I expected to come up with good questions that aren't super easy. Or I guess would me asking if there's a screen cap, does that count as one? Like how meticulous do we want to get with this?
But I'm gonna say no. You snuck that one past me.
Okay. Okay, so we have the anime convention, Mr. Football.
Mr. Football.
Yeah. Well, that's how my brain interpreted him and his name and his hijinks. And then we've got Mr. Mafia. And he was busted by the police, or was he busted exposed by his fellow man? And that'll be a question. Even though it's probably in the article or the headline.
Police were able to discover him after they found his YouTube channel on which he showed his tattoos, and they were able to fit it with matches that Interpol had.
For a second, I was like, what is he, the Yakuza?
Yeah, it was a combination of local and international police.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I have so many questions about football, but none of them will hint at what the possible answer was.
You got one more.
What kind?
Make it a good one.
Read that second headline again for me.
Rob Gronkowski thrilled after purchasing rare, game-worn Rob Gronkowski jersey.
What year did he play? Years.
It does not say that in the article, but I believe he is still playing right now.
Okay.
He is a current player.
Okay. Because someone of this generation would definitely be narcissistic enough to be thrilled by his own stank jersey.
Well, that's your 5 questions, bub. You got to lock in an answer. Which one's the fake?
And I'm Portuguese, so they're Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, almost the exact same. I know my people are stupid.
Yeah?
I'm going to go ahead. I could see it happening, but I feel like if you're in that, you wouldn't make that stupid of a mistake. I'm going to say the Mafia one is fake.
Okay. Dylon, you are wrong.
Oh,
you lose,
idiot.
Sir. Yeah.
Not me, the guy.
We need the can you put in the sound effect there? Unfortunately, Dylon, you have lost this round. The Mafia fugitive caught after posting YouTube cooking video is 100% real.
Why can't they
thank you to The Guardian for that article.
Why can't they just accept a life of ambiguity and not be on YouTube and TikTok and goddamn
Apparently he was. Mark Farron Claude Biart, B-I-A-R-T, Biart, 53, led a quiet life in Boca Chica in the Dominican Republic until he started making YouTube videos showing his Italian cooking skills, in which police were able to match his tattoos because he never showed his face and got caught.
Rookie mistake, honestly.
The COVID-19 vaccine site closing. Also true.
Yeah.
Also a true story.
Yeah.
That Roseville site is closing for 2 days to host SAC Anime in Roseville, California. So enjoy your anime convention, people who already got the vaccine.
Please.
Which means that the Rob Gronkowski story is the fake story.
Okay.
As believable as it would be, which is why I picked it.
Isn't that sad that how little faith I have in the current generation of not just sports, but humanity in general?
Oh, it's not just you. It's not just you. I'm sure that fooled a couple of people out there. But Tampa, Florida, expressing disbelief at finally winning the prized piece of memorabilia at auction. Buccaneers tight end Rob Gronkowski was thrilled Friday after purchasing a rare game-worn jersey. I can't believe he would part with, I got the NFL patch and everything, said the 31-year-old who's been hit in the head a ton of times. And so, yeah, I felt like that was kind of the perfect one to throw in there because of exactly what you said. And who knows, it could have gone to charity. He could have bought it for a butt ton of money that went to charity. Yeah. And he's got now he's got this signed jersey in a frame already that he could just give away to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, he'll give away a copy. He'll keep the actual one.
Yeah, really. It could be a heartwarming story. You never know. And that's the fun of the game. That's 2 news and a lie, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. We'll play that again sometime in the future. That was fun.
That was fun. I like that.
Good. All right. I think, Jesus Christ, we have gone on this podcast for long enough, my friend.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
What have we done on the channel this week?
We have posted the last episode of the podcast and some other things. We played DreadX Collection. That nice Screams game was I'm so sad it broke, but watch that video. It was still very fun and some good quips in there. And then, oh my God, I have it in front of me. I could just look for it. But the game about being a game developer.
Submission.
Yeah. That game brought me Sato Wonderland vibes, and I've probably said it a million times during the actual recording of it, but such a good game. And Sato Wonderland is another game in that DreadX collection. You can find it on the channel. Very good stuff, and I don't want to spoil anything about it, but it really immerses you and then makes you... We jumped once, and we looked behind us many a time.
There were several what the fucks in there, too.
Totally. And then we brought back, we're doing some more Half-Life, some more Persona 5 Strikers, and we will finish it, I promise, Tim, very soon. And some Loop Hero. There will be one more episode before we, wait for more content in that game, kind of like a Rogue Legacy Hades type of deal. Yeah. Did we do another Hades episode since it came out?
I don't think we have.
We should.
We definitely
should.
You
heard it here first, folks. We play video games, and sometimes
we're gonna go back and visit those hot boys.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's all for right now. We got really far caught up, so we probably mentioned some of that on the last episode too. But very proud of us.
Yeah, over the next couple of days, of more Half-Life episodes.
Yeah,
and God, it's so great to be back in VR.
I love it. I missed it a lot. There's a lot of comedy that can be done in that game.
Oh yeah,
very good.
And so that's us done for this episode of the podcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, let us know down in the comments below. Let us know other segments or bits you may want us to try.
For sure. Improv games, like we've toyed with that idea ourselves. And I think it would be a cool little thing if you send us some games and we say, hey,
absolutely,
you told us to play this and we're playing it.
If you're watching this without having subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're listening to this without having hit that join button, please consider hitting that join button. It helps keep the lights on around here, keeps us in games, and you guys in entertainment. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for watching, everybody.
Hold a gun up to him. I got 2 now.
Dylon's got 2 finger guns of friendship.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did you just pew-pew our way out of here?
I went pew. And then now we're out of here. So yes.